Thank you for joining us today for the Harrington Group International Quality 4.0 conversation. Don't feel overwhelmed, feel motivated. We got a great group joining us today. I appreciate the attendance. A couple of people that heard this presentation at the AIG Quality Summit a couple months ago are joining us, and I appreciate that. I've never changed my mind so much on the content of a webinar, almost weekly, because Quality 4.0 subject changes a lot. And here's some updated messaging based on the past presentation. My goal today is to provide a thought-provoking discussion about Quality 4.0 with the emphasis on people, process, and then technology. The learning objective is to help quality professionals help their organizations make the vital connection between a future Quality 4.0 and their ability to thrive in disruption using quality principles to enable transformation and growth. Basically, a connected business model. Quality 4.0 is a term that references the future of quality and organizational excellence within the context of Industry 4.0. Quality professionals play a vital role in leading their organizations to apply quality disciplines to new digital and disruptive technologies. Basically, to achieve excellence through quality is to embrace the future of quality. Deploying an organization's digital strategy won't come without hiccups. There will be some common challenges to cut across all industry and digital maturity levels. And of course, some are specific to an organization. Standard webinar protocol, the phones are muted. Use the question blocks for your questions. You can download a copy of the presentation, and those attending today will get a certificate of attendance. So, rise of disruptive technologies. The industrialization of AI today, it's a megatrend, and it dominates the business landscape. Leaders are increasing their investments in AI. The lack of knowledgeable people is one of the biggest challenges. Real intelligence is required to get artificial intelligence. 79% of young professionals receive a training outside of their formal schooling to acquire the necessary skills. And leaders don't have a clear vision on how to create value out of the big data projects. So what we're going to talk about is how a quality professional can drive this innovation. This slide is very important. You need to understand your company's culture to understand your working environment. Some companies are early adopters. You may have heard of bleeding edge. Some are followers, some are laggards, meaning they make slow progress and fall behind others. It is what it is. I'm bringing this up because if you're on the far right, a tech enthusiast that's working on the far left with laggards and followers, you can get frustrated, but don't. People, process, and technology. Why people matter. As a co-op student at the General Motors Institute, I worked at a Chevrolet press metal facility. And looking back, I observed two very interesting events that I'll never forget. The first was a robotic welding line, first one in any GM plant. And boy, it was taking so long to get it up and get it running, and it wasn't working. So a young engineer just went out to the shop and asked the maintenance guys what was taking so long. And they had a very simple, short answer. We don't want it to work. Same plant, another example. 100% inline inspection. I mean, basically, it was checking everything as we made the parts. But it kept getting shut off because it was shutting down the line. It was rejecting too much. So again, the solution was, well, we're going to put up a red light, and anytime the inspection is turned off, the red light's going to flash. People will win over technology every time. What they do, they got an empty cardboard box and put it over the light so it'd be hidden. Some bad news. We can't stay in the past. Quality professionals first need to understand that top management is tired of listening to the same old story. We need to innovate with disruptive technology. Quality professionals need to show how the business outputs, financial or other business goals, or impact, better or worse, with data. The financial reporting systems will tell us that the scrap went up, or maybe it went down. but they don't know why it went up or why it went down. Quality professionals must provide more value to get a seat at the executive table, not just to be on the menu. Quality 4.0 can remove the perception of the quality department as being a little more than quality police, or the people that always shut down production or holding up shipping. Whatever your company uses, you get the point. Quality professionals possess more analytical tools and expertise than most employers. Sharing these talents will provide better insights on all processes and products that will basically be used for better decision making. There's 5 major things that really anybody wants to know when you're talking about an issue. What happened, which is the easiest question to answer. Why did it happen? What should we do? Is it going to happen anywhere else? And the last part is really maybe the most important. Whatever we did it work? Was it effective? Analytics is the best way to sell your company on how you as a quality professional can provide clear and compelling role in delivering the corporate strategy. Talking about cause and effect that make metrics go up and down. Most people I talk to, their gut says, we know that if you put in a bunch of engineering changes late in the product stage, and like in production, it's going to cost more and take more time. They also know that, if we're launching a new product and we drop a bunch of suppliers that we've been working with, we add a bunch of new suppliers because it was a lower cost, is going to wreak havoc on it. It's risky. But why do quality professionals know this and others do not? We have the data. Quality 4.0 will help. There's a couple different stages of a 4.0 development. Modernization, which is basically, at least get up to date, updating, upgrading outdated systems. I actually saw, and I couldn't believe it, in a company last month, an old AS400 green screen app. We can step it up a little. Optimization. That's making the existing process is more efficient, more effective. So if you're doing like PPAP, maybe we should get off spreadsheets and go to a database. And transformation is just changing how the organization operates. Now I have a note on here about don't let your IT organization keep you from taking baby steps, or worse yet, do nothing. Quality 4.0 is much, much more than just the latest IT technology. In my opinion, quality professionals don't have to be software technology experts. That would be like telling a machine operator about a new 5-axis machining setter and how it uses the latest PLCs. And they don't care. They just want operators to say, hey, with this one, you can approach the part from all directions in a single operation, and you don't have to eliminate the need to manually reposition the workplace between ops. We need to lead with the cause and effect knowledge, not the technology. Okay, here we go with AI, good, bad, or neutral. Again, impacted by your company culture, the technology adoption curve. First of all of us have been using AI for some time. Anytime you do a Google search, use Google Translate or other buyers, like this product that pops up in any of the online ordering sites you've been on. Back to a quality example. I've had conversations with, and actually I mentioned it in that video clip, SPC. Shutting down a production line is easy. Remember the 100% inspection experience at the press metal plant? The rules for is it out of control can be automated, and that's okay. But really the part is, what action do you want me to take? Do you want me to adjust something? What do you want me to do? How do I know what to do? How big is this? It's coming fast, and regulators are trying to understand the impact. This is an interesting use of example of ChatGPT. We asked, will AI-based quality assurance make the quality engineer obsolete? The answer is no. AI will not take your job. but someone using AI will. The Manufacturing Leadership Council sent out a survey report about list of corporate AI implementations in 2023. Quality is number 4 on the list, which is great. I mean, we actually made the list. However, number 1, manufacturing and production, we know is tightly connected to quality. And we know that number 2, inventory issues are caused by quality problems that put parts on hold or send them back to suppliers. I'm encouraging you to learn more about AI and how using it will improve your career and help you achieve your goals. If you don't have a ChatGPT account, get one and use it today. So we got a lot of data, but it needs to be properly collected, cleansed, stored, formatted, and accessible. My son's a data scientist, and he works with 500 terabytes of data. And he does that, trying to get it organized so that, we can use it. My daughter, on the other hand, is a data storyteller. She gets the data from the data science and provides digital insights. Her executive team recently stated, "I've never seen information like this before. This is great stuff." So again, 2 groups. Find and prepare the data is my son. Visualize, analyze, storytelling is my daughter. What's an example story? Well, we're trying to meet this corporate objective, and this is what's hurting it, and this is what's helping it. Tell the story based on their focus, not yours. When I say big data, I wanted to use this example to just understand the cost is lower and the access is faster. We've come a long way regarding access. Videotapes, VHS came out, DVD came out, a better DVD came out. Now we can stream. Better, faster, less expensive. That's what's going on with data today. We have more data than we did 30 years ago, maybe even 5 years ago. But again, tell the story. Product costs went up because we did late engineering changes in production. Product costs went up because we almost changed the entire supply base. Predictive analytics is pretty cool. There's 4 types of analytics. Descriptive, what happened? Diagnostic, why did this happen? Prescriptive, what should we do next? Predictive, what might happen in the future? Sounds familiar. Those are the questions everybody asks. This is the greatest opportunity for quality professionals. If you do this, then this is going to happen. Quality professionals have the data, and we can explain why key business metrics are going up or down. This is a new frontier. Again, Six Sigma, Lean, TQM, those are the VHS tapes. Quality professionals need to talk about time and money. The Quality 4.0 focus, people, process, technology, in that order. Quality 4.0 efforts that are driven by the IT department buying technology without input from the people about their processes will fail, period. Now, I did get a critique on that in one of my other presentations. They said, well, it didn't fail. It just took longer and cost more. The project manager, I'd still call that a failure. Quality 4.0 provides a clear and present opportunity for quality professionals to clearly align the corporate objectives with your current business process by improving the ability to communicate in value in both reducing bottom line costs, warranty, scrap, rework, with analytic-driven business decision to drive the future strategy. If you do this, this is going to happen. Quality professionals have more analytical expertise than most employees, and sharing these talents will provide better insights on all processes and products in an enterprise to get better decision-based strategy. Quality 4.0 will provide better collaboration capability to manage cross-departmental quality activities, whether internally between your departments or between your plants, and externally with customers and suppliers and partners. Quality 4.0 is a chance for companies to look closely at why they are facing problems and figure out ways to make things better. They can also think about how to use new technology like getting clear and helpful information from data can help create a quality culture. A true organization, a true company-wide quality culture is more attainable. Now, the technology will reduce time where we've got high-value staff and management spending time on non-value-added, administrative, annoying tasks that right now most times being done in spreadsheets, and allow them to focus towards improvement and innovation. This is where we can shine. And the future is bright if we're willing to learn new things. And maybe I should probably say unlearn old things. Understanding culture is to understand the path and the focus. And I hear this a lot. I'm in favor of progress. It's the change I don't like. But we don't like change. Well, it depends on what we're talking about. I don't like change. Really? Stop using your cell phone for 24 hours. The reason I'm emphasizing this is if you showed today's cell phone to somebody working on a phone, I don't know, an older phone, they wouldn't use it. It'd freak them out. Where's the wire? It's just different. So what most people are implying is, I do not like change that is not beneficial to me, and that I agree with. Quality 4.0 must change our way of working and destroying old truths. We need to adapt if we're going to stay relevant to tomorrow's world. So a lot of challenges. 42% is what we're talking about today, properly using technology. 41% on culture, people. 35% on proper use of data. Proper use, AI-based, very highly controlled access is how a lot of software apps create. And we got to be careful about that. So I'm talking about access now. And what I mean by that is, well, you can read this, but you can't edit it. You can edit it, but you can't read it. Or you can create one. I mean, we've got to make this stuff accessible. We need to share information and be transparent. It's very frustrating when an employee has an idea and they can't access their own information. 33% on people, got it. Technology, culture, metrics, collaboration. Collaboration. Think about if anyone in the company could ask the same questions you're thinking about, like a production operator before they fire up the line. Just curious, have we had any problems with this part that I should know about or similar parts? All of the things we're discussing today are the challenges. And I expect a few people will talk to me after discussion with you can't work, it won't work, and more. Or they will most likely be in a culture that does not support early adoption. And that's okay. Just don't get frustrated. I found this slide very interesting. Machines can learn faster than humans, exponential versus linear. Now, humans are linear, regardless of your company culture. People will change and they will adapt. They will use cell phones, but it takes time. We need to be aware of the technology impact on people and assure that people are prepared. That goes back to my robotic welding line and inline inspection story. It takes time. Some of the things I've discussed is going to bum some people out. And this is the way we have always done it, is what they'll tell you. It's better to help people adapt than just throwing technology at them and hoping for the better results. I mean, robotic welding is everywhere. So is in-process inspection. Looking back, we could have done a much, much better job bringing the people along when it was first introduced in that facility. So we're going to need new job descriptions. I mean, your role in the company will change, and I think for the better. The key message on this slide is learn and adapt. Over the years, I've spoken with thousands of quality professionals. A good number of them are frustrated by it, but the executives don't get it. I'm going to repeat. Quality 4.0 provides a clear and present opportunity for quality professionals to align their information with the company's strategic goals. So if people are key, what else needs to be reviewed? Behavior are controlled by job descriptions. And one of the things that we need to stop doing, and I don't know, again, this is part of the culture where you're at. If you hear people routinely saying that's not my job, it needs to be replaced with how might I help you. Now, keep in mind, because, well, I'm not going to say that because I got too much work. We're hoping that 4.0 is going to reduce the clerical administrative tasks to free up some time. Human factors is critical. Despite all the other elements, human factors is the most important aspect of the transition to Quality 4.0. People first, not technology. Ask people about their processes and then see if technology can help. Quality 4.0 efforts that are driven by the IT department buying technology without input from people and processes will fail, period. Time after time after time, I'm on calls with people that say, well, we have to use this because we already bought it and it doesn't really work, but IT said there aren't any other options. You need to be careful about that because it doesn't work. A specific quality cost area that's pretty exciting with 4.0 is the improvement of quality cost models. The moving from theoretical buckets from prevention and appraisal based on assumptions or things to actual data, transactional data. And remember this idea of big data. What if you had access to it all, down to a employee part number machine level? It's out there. We just don't know where it is. So basically, we're moving from too little data to too much data. When we have our work cut out for us. But wouldn't it be cool to just be able to ask my phone a question and see the answer? And of course, the follow-up question that everyone has when they see information. You present something, they go, well, that's interesting. What about this? And you can't do that today in real time because you just spent the weekend massaging spreadsheets to get data from whether it's ERP or PLM or MES or wherever. Business connectivity is going to make it available so we can ask questions versus non-value added high administrative steps. But to pull this off, the current quality management software tools need to be improved with new data models and frameworks. I don't know if you remember, but when SQL Server came out, it was replacing what was referred to as flat files, and it was great. But what the Harrington group is working on is newer technology that is being developed to manage AI in these big data relationships using a logical view of the process, not a data or property view. Again, think of the story you want to tell, identify the data sources needed, and get started. So let's try to put all this in context with the production part approval process. If we go through the transactions, 1.0, we got binders and we got spreadsheets. 2.0, which is a baby step, but take it, is to get into a relational database like SQL or any of those that helps you develop libraries and reusable information. 3.0 would be cool when we can start plug and play into existing tools, those ERP, PLM, MES apps that we're grabbing data from to try to do some analysis. And then 4.0 is when we get these kind of ask your phone a question analytics from machine learning and artificial intelligence and more. But I'm not trying to beat up on the IT department, but I've talked to a lot of them when they keep asking me about 4.0 subjects. How do we do AI and this, and this? But the company's operating at 1.0. Remember the technology adoption curve. Or here's another one. Yeah, we're going to go to a database, but the IT department's worried about cybersecurity, and we're just really hung up on that. Well, keep in mind, in 1.0, you're using spreadsheets that you're emailing, downloading, sending all over the place. At least get it into a 2.0 secure data model. Analytics, finding a better way to put your data to work. An aircraft engine has about 30,000 manufactured parts in it from, I'm just making up, 3,000 suppliers. Roughly, you got about 9 billion lines of records in spreadsheets. We need to find a better way. So again, imagine what you could do if all the internal and supplier process flows, PFEMA's control plans were in a centralized database. What questions would you ask? And again, what I'm referring to is PPAP submissions being data packets, not documents, not spreadsheets, not PDF files, just like we did electronic data interchange for inventorying financial activities. And again, when I say analytics, think about just asking questions to the device, not creating charts hoping they'll be informative. So part of the AI part, or part of the connection part, is I've got to get the financial data in here. Connecting failure costs is where we get the ROI. I mean, unless I can connect the information with the process FEMA to actual data, I just guessed and I don't know what's going on. You know, we thought it was a low occurrence and then it's happening more than we thought. We thought we had great detection, but the problems are being found at the customer. We didn't think it was a big severity issue, but boy, did it cost a lot. I mean, these are just kind of connectivity things to do. So let's just start with the basics. Again, talking to the computer versus typing. Here's an easy one for you. I'm in my receiving dock at my facility, and I just want to know, is the PPAP approved for this part number rev level from supplier A? Pretty simple question. Shouldn't take a whole lot of logging into and finding things. Or maybe I'm on the supplier side. I'm in shipping, and I want to ship it. Did we get the approval back? Or, you know, I've actually had supplier quality engineers tell me this. They're working with a vendor or supplier, and there's a problem. And their first thought is, well, show me the process FEMA, the PFEMA, because I want to see if it's in there and we missed it. Or maybe it wasn't even in there. I mean, that's kind of the two outcomes. And surprisingly, a lot of people find out it wasn't even in the PFEMA. But as soon as the PFEMA is connected to actual occurrence data, wow, that's when stuff happens. This is when PPAP transforms from an administrative waste of time to a powerful business risk management process. I mean, how many times do you get frustrated by massaging spreadsheets and trying to figure out things across multiple data sources? We need to rethink QMS software as not just a transaction processor, but a connected knowledge repository where QMS is bringing together these key data points, all this big data, into a centrally knowledge information. And again, basically remove the non-value added labor from massaging spreadsheets to actual knowledge deployment. I'm pretty excited that AI prototypes at Harrington are underway. Again, where we put the data to work. We describe it as an intelligent data catalog that is tightly coupled with the data delivery layer for automatic data discovery, smart data searches, and data sharing within the user community. So the Quality 4.0 evolution, 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, we're making headway. We're getting there. The only real bullet on this slide I want to talk about is transparency drives understanding. There's a cultural thing that you need to be aware of. Some people don't like transparency, and they're referred to as data hoarders. They know it, they got it, nobody else does. If you want to know an answer, you got to call John. This breaks that mold and makes it more accessible. So hopefully the takeaways, when you look at where we're going, SPC, Total Quality Management, Six Sigma, those are all VHS tapes. Move on. Smart manufacturing requires quality professionals to innovate and create new business-driven solutions. Remember my daughter's reactions from her executives. I've never seen information like this before. That's what you need to have in your mind. And as quality professionals, we need to map 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0 in a plan. And basically stop people from doing nothing by saying, well, if we don't have 4.0, we can't use it. Take baby steps. Little about the Harrington Group. We've been in business since 1991. We provide enterprise quality management software tools. Our team is focused on cost-effective quality management software that evolves as your business grows. We have very robust enterprise systems and very, very detailed supplier portal information. Appreciate your time and look forward to talking with you. Let's see if there's any questions. How do I start explaining to executives the cause and effect on corporate goals? Well, first of all, make sure you got the corporate goals. They're usually not a lot of them, 4 to 12, something like that, but pick one that just reading that you feel familiar with. Sit down with your peers and just go through, use a fishbone diagram. We want to improve new product launch. Well, what impacts? And go through that conversation. Practice it. And then go up a level. Talk to a manager. Talk to a director. Practice it again. And practice makes perfect. So the better you get at it, then you're ready to go into the executives. And what you want to articulate, clearly articulate, is we have data that explains what makes the corporate objectives go up or down. That's a key part of it. How do these AI tools learn? Well, AI, machine language, they use algorithms to analyze data and learn from it. And then they make predictions or decisions without being explicitly programmed to do that. And explicitly programmed is important. You don't go to a programmer and say, well, change the chart to this, sort it this way, or do this. It's learning. And again, just think of how Amazon provides other people bought stuff like this. Now, granted, our queries and our questions are more complex than Amazon, other people bought this, but it will learn what questions are being asked and remember and repeat. The last one is you hit a nerve about your IT constraints comment. How do you solve that issue? It's not a simple answer. It involves people. It involves personalities. It involves your technology adoption curve in the company. But I think, well, here, the fastest way I'd do it, if anybody from IT came to me and said, we're going to do this, I would simply ask, what people did you talk to and how is this going to improve their process? That's probably the simplest way to do it. It's a complicated question, but that would be the simplest one. Who did you talk to about this and how is it going to improve their process? That's it for today. Thank you for joining us. Please reach out at jcachet@hgint.com if you'd like to learn more. Thank you.